Did you know that the term Internet was first used in 1974? We all know that the Internet is an essential part of our lives, but the first time the word was mentioned was in 1974. At that time, the term Internet was used to describe a global network of interconnected computer systems. What was then a novelty at the end of the 20th century became a revolutionary technology that changed the world. Today, billions of people are connected online, and the Internet has become not only a communication tool, but also a key platform for business, handel, and education. Can you imagine that on Mercury, a year is shorter than a day? On Mercury, the planet closest to the Sun, time passes in a completely different way than on Earth. A Mercury year, meaning a complete revolution around the Sun, takes only 88 Earth days. However, a day on Mercury, meaning a complete rotation on its axis, takes 176 Earth days. This means that on Mercury, a day is twice as long as a year. Imagine what it would be like to live on a planet where sunrise and sunset are separated by entire months. This incredible fact makes Mercury one of the strangest planets in our solar system. Did you know that scorpions can glow in the dark if exposed to ultraviolet light? Scorpions begin to glow a bright blue-green color due to a substance in their exoskeleton that reacts to ultraviolet light. Scientists still debate why scorpions have this ability. It is possible that it helps them hide from predators or serves as a signal for other scorpions. Whatever the purpose, it is one of the most surprising phenomena of nature. Can you imagine that fungi are closer to animals than to plants? Although it may seem incredible, fungi share a common ancestor with animals that lived more than 1 billion years ago. Unlike plants, fungi are heterotrophs, which means they cannot produce their own food through photosynthesis. Instead, they absorb nutrients from organic matter, just as animals do. This makes fungi a unique life form, situated between the plant and animal kingdoms. Fungi are nature's recyclers, decomposing dead matter and returning nutrients to the environment. There is a tree in Madagascar that walks, the baobab. Madagascar is known for its baobabs, whose roots can move several meters in search of water. Although the tree itself does not move, its root system grows in the direction of moisture sources, crossing vast stretches of land. This unique capacity allows the baobab to survive during periods of drought and become more resistant. In the atmosphere of Saturn, methane converts into carbon, which then crystallizes into diamonds. These diamond droplets can reach several meters in size, and as they fall from great heights, they transform into graphite. So, on Saturn, you can witness a rain of precious stones. At even greater depths and under high pressure, these diamonds turn back into carbon. The mere idea of this phenomenon is impressive and difficult to comprehend. Believe it or not, sunlight takes 8 minutes to reach Earth. The sunlight we see every day actually began its journey from the sun 8 minutes ago. This is because the speed of light is approximately 300,000 kilometers per second, and the distance from the sun to the Earth is about 150 million kilometers. So every time you look at the sun, you are seeing its past. This fascinating time delay is one of the most interesting phenomena in cosmic physics. Would you like to visit the most isolated island in the world? Tristan da Cunha is the largest inhabited island and the most remote in the world. Located in the South Atlantic, it is about 2,400 kilometers from the nearest continent. The island is home to approximately 260 people, most of whom are descendants of British settlers and shipwreck survivors. Tristan da Cunha has no airports, hotels, or restaurants. The only way to get there is by boat. On a 6-day trip from South Africa. What if I told you that your body contains enough iron to make a nail? The human body contains between 3 and 4 grams of this essential mineral. It may not seem like much, but it is enough to make a small nail. Iron plays a crucial role in the body, helping produce hemoglobin, which carries oxygen throughout the body. Without this vital element, many bodily processes could not function. Now that you know this fact, you can impress your friends by saying that you carry a real iron nail inside you. Hard to believe, but polar bears have black skin under their white fur. The fur of a polar bear may appear white, but underneath, their skin is actually black. This is not just a natural curiosity, but an important adaptation that helps polar bears absorb more heat from the sun and stay warm in the freezing Arctic climate. It is like wearing a natural sunsuit that helps them survive in one of the harshest climates on the planet. Sleeping with one eye open, like dolphins and birds, helps them stay vigilant. Some animals, such as dolphins and many birds, have the incredible ability to sleep with one eye open. This phenomenon is called unihemispheric sleep, where one half of the brain sleeps while the other remains active to monitor the environment. This helps animals stay alert and avoid dangers such as predators. For example, dolphins can sleep while staying on the surface of the water and continue breathing. Birds can rest during flight or while perched on a branch, remaining vigilant. This amazing adaptation shows how nature has developed incredible survival mechanisms under the most challenging conditions. Coca-Cola and its secret ingredients. The name Coca-Cola comes from two of its original ingredients, coca leaves and cola nuts, which were used to give the soft drink its characteristic taste and effects. Coca leaves provided a mild stimulant, while cola nuts added caffeine. Today, the exact formula of Coca-Cola remains a closely guarded secret. Despite changes in the recipe, its creation and branding continue to fascinate people around the world. Your odds of winning the lottery are extremely low. How likely do you think it is to win the lottery? Believe it or not, you are more likely to die on your way to buying a lottery ticket than to win the jackpot. Statistically, your chances of winning are so low that you are more likely to suffer an unfortunate accident. This does not mean you should not play, but perhaps it is worth remembering that the real luck lies in simply getting home safely. If you decide to try your luck, be careful. Sometimes the road to your dream is more dangerous than it seems. Did you know the word laser is an acronym? We are all familiar with the word laser, but it is actually an acronym that stands for light amplification by stimulated emission of radiation. This describes a complex process in which energy is focused to create a powerful beam of light. Lasers are used in a wide range of fields, from medicine to scientific research and entertainment. They are an integral part of modern technology, but few people realize that the word laser hides an amazing process behind it. Did you know wild bananas are full of seeds? Most people think of bananas as sweet and mound fruits, but wild bananas are very different. They are full of large seeds, making them difficult to eat. The bananas we enjoy today are the result of human selection, which has made the seeds almost invisible. Without human intervention, bananas would be a completely different fruit and far less pleasant to eat. Did you know the King of Sweden has almost no power? Contrary to popular belief, the King of Sweden is not an active political leader. His role is purely symbolic and limited mainly to ceremonial functions. Sweden is a constitutional monarchy, where political power resides in parliament and the prime minister. However, the king plays an important role in the cultural and social life of the country, representing Sweden on the international stage and attending official events. Interestingly, the Swedish royal family is considered one of the most popular and respected in the world, despite their minimal political influence. Believe it or not, octopuses have 3 hearts and 9 brains. Octopuses are not only extraordinarily intelligent, but also have a unique anatomy. They have 3 hearts that pump blue blood, and 9 brains, 1 ventral brain, and 8 mini-brains in each tentacle. These mini-brains allow each tentacle to move independently, almost as if they have their own will. Scientists consider octopuses one of the most mysterious creatures on Earth, due to their incredible uniqueness. Why did Venice's famous bridge almost sink? The Rialto Bridge, the oldest and most recognizable bridge in Venice, began sinking shortly after its construction in the 18th century. Venice itself is prone to constant flooding, so the bridge has gradually sunk over time. Engineers have performed numerous restoration projects to preserve it, but Venice still faces the threat of collapse. The Rialto Bridge reminds us of the fragility of this magnificent city. It is hard to believe, but the Hercules beetle can lift 850 times its own weight. This incredible insect lives up to its powerful name. The Hercules beetle can lift loads 850 times heavier than its own weight. With such astonishing strength, it is no wonder that this beetle symbolizes nature's impressive achievements in strength. The Hercules beetle is a true powerhouse in the insect world, proving that even the smallest creatures can perform extraordinary feats. Antarctica is the largest desert in the world. Despite all its snow and ice, Antarctica is actually the largest desert in the world. The defining characteristic of a desert is low precipitation, and Antarctica receives very little moisture. The average annual precipitation in some parts of the continent is comparable to that of the Sahara. This makes Antarctica a true ice desert, where endless ice fields stretch out instead of dunes of scorching sand. This fact shows that deserts can be both wet and freezing, proving that nature always has surprises in store. What would you think if I told you that space smells like burning meat? It may sound strange, but astronauts who have returned from space claim that the space environment has a characteristic smell reminiscent of burnt meat or metal after welding. This occurs due to complex chemical reactions at the molecular level in a vacuum. While space itself cannot transport odors, the smell becomes noticeable when astronauts return to their spacecraft. Why ostriches can't walk backward? Despite their powerful legs, ostriches have a surprising limitation. They cannot walk backward. Their joints and muscles are designed in a way that prevents reverse movement. However, these birds compensate for this by being excellent runners, capable of reaching speeds of up to 70 km/h, allowing them to escape danger quickly. Giraffe spots are as unique as fingerprints. Giraffes are not only majestic, but also have a remarkable characteristic. Their spot patterns are as unique as human fingerprints. No two giraffes have the same pattern, making them truly one of a kind. Besides their aesthetic appeal, these spots help giraffes regulate body temperature and recognize each other within their groups. The next time you see a giraffe, remember that its hues are as unique as your fingerprints. Greenland shark, the longest living marine creature in the world. Believe it or not, Greenland sharks can live up to 1,500 years, making them some of the longest living vertebrates on the planet. Scientists have determined their age by studying the lenses of their eyes, which accumulate layers over time, similar to tree rings. Some of these sharks were born before the Renaissance, showcasing how fascinating and little explored the underwater world is. Imagine, the oldest sharks could have been swimming when the first pyramids were being built. Why Mauna Kea is 10 times taller than Everest? Mauna Kea in Hawaii is not just a volcano, but an enormous structure that extends deep below the ocean surface. Its section above water measures over 1,000 meters, but its underwater slopes make its total height over 10,000 meters from base to summit. Although much of it is hidden underwater, Mauna Kea is one of the tallest mountains on Earth. Each cat has a unique nose print. Just as humans have unique fingerprints, cats have their own distinctive nose prints. Each cat's nose has a unique pattern that can be used to identify them, much like fingerprints for humans. This special feature makes every cat's nose entirely unique and adds a touch of individuality to their charm. So if you have a feline friend, know that their nose is as unique as their personality. An infinite chocolate bar. Illusion or reality. The illusion of an infinite chocolate bar is a clever geometric trick that creates the impression that a chocolate bar can regenerate infinitely. This ingenious visual illusion tricks our brain into believing in magical mathematics. Unfortunately, this trick doesn't work with real chocolate bars, but it would be a dream come true if it did. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire. This renowned university was founded in the 12th century, long before the Aztecs began building their great empire. In the 14th century, Oxford University has witnessed the rise and fall of entire civilizations and survived numerous historical eras. This centuries-old institution remains a beacon of knowledge and culture, attracting students from around the world. Imagine, when European cities were just starting to develop, Oxford was already a center of learning that has endured wars, border changes, and revolutions. Did you know there is a complex system of canals beneath Amsterdam? In addition to its famous surface canals, Amsterdam has an extensive network of underground canals built as early as the 15th century. This sophisticated sewage system not only keeps the city's canals clean, but also prevents flooding. True to tradition, Amsterdam carries out annual inspections to maintain these ancient canals and keep the city afloat. Blood type O is the most common in the world. Blood type O is the most prevalent globally, with approximately 38% of the population having this blood type. It is not only the most common, but also one of the most valuable for transfusions due to its universal compatibility. Type O blood can be donated to anyone with a positive blood type, making it vital in medical emergencies. If you have type O blood, you possess a very valuable resource that could save many lives. Imagine a shoe as big as a car. In 2015, an Indian shoe company created the world's largest shoe, measuring 6.4 meters long and almost 3 meters high. This gigantic shoe is equivalent to a U-size 2090, made of leather, rubber, and foam. It's hard to imagine anyone wearing it, but it's undoubtedly an impressive feat that broke records. Can you believe Canada has more lakes than the rest of the world combined? Yes, it's true. Approximately 60% of the planet's freshwater lakes are found in Canada, ranging from small crystal-clear ponds to vast lakes like Lake Superior. This abundance makes Canada a paradise for nature lovers, water sports enthusiasts, and fishermen. If you're planning a trip, don't forget to include a visit to one of these breathtaking natural wonders. Why are towers in the desert so tall? In places like the United Arab Emirates, modern towers are built tall, not just for aesthetics, but also to combat heat. At higher altitudes, temperatures are cooler, which helps save on cooling costs. Additionally, tall buildings provide maximum shade to surrounding areas, creating a corridor of coolness in the middle of the desert. This design is an ingenious solution to extreme climates. Can you believe it? Cows have best friends. Cows are not just valuable farm animals, but also highly social creatures with complex emotional lives. They form strong bonds with other cows, and separation from their best friends can cause them stress. They often graze and rest together, communicating through unique vocalizations. These social connections reveal that cows are more than milk producers. They have emotional worlds that deserve recognition. Why do snails bury themselves in the ground? The snails we often see after rain don't bury themselves for fun. This behavior helps them survive extreme conditions. When it's too hot or dry, snails create a special mucus plug to retain moisture and bury themselves to escape harsh weather. This process, called estivation, is like summer hibernation and allows snails to endure dry periods. How would you react if you knew that in Japan, they build paper buildings? In Japan, innovative buildings made from recycled paper are being developed for temporary structures like pavilions and exhibition centers. The paper walls are treated with special substances to make them resistant to rain and fire. This is a prime example of how modern technology enables the construction of eco-friendly buildings that are easy to dismantle and recycle, minimizing environmental impact. Did you know that only 1/10 of an iceberg's mass is visible? When we see an iceberg, it might look like a massive block of ice, but 90% of its volume is hidden underwater. This happens because ice is less dense than seawater, causing most of it to remain submerged. This hidden bulk is why icebergs are so dangerous for ships. Their true size is much larger than what's visible. It's hard to believe, but in the numbers 1 to 1,000, there is no A. It's true. If you count from 1 to 99, the letter A doesn't appear in any of those numbers. It only shows up in the word thousand. This fun observation highlights the quirks of the English language and how unexpected patterns can hide in plain sight. These small details give us a new perspective on the familiar. Messages in bottles can travel for years. Sometimes bottles with messages tossed into the sea float for years before washing ashore. The longest recorded journey of a message in a bottle lasted about 133 years, during which the bottle traveled thousands of miles. These random journeys have inspired countless stories, and even in the digital age, people still send messages this way, hoping to connect with future generations. Why do chickens peck their food on the ground? When chickens find food, they often peck it against the ground. This behavior, called hammering, helps them break food into smaller, easier to eat pieces. Their strong beaks act as tools for cracking seeds and other hard foods. Many birds do this, but chickens do it with special enthusiasm, enabling them to extract more nutrients from their meals. The next time you see a chicken pecking, remember, it's using its own kitchen tools. Why do people love to talk about themselves? Studies show that people spend about 6% of their conversation time talking about themselves, but on social media, this percentage rises to 80%. People enjoy sharing their thoughts, experiences, and personal stories, especially in the age of social networks, which provide platforms for self-expression and connection. This fact sheds light on human nature, the innate desire for communication and recognition. Why do cats really purr? We often think cats only purr when they're happy, but they also use purring as a self-healing mechanism. The sound frequency of around 25 Hz helps cats heal bones and tissues more quickly. This biological trait not only relaxes them, but also promotes their health. So when your cat purrs, it's not just showing contentment. It's also taking care of its well-being. Did you know the smallest horse in the world weighs less than a dog? Thumbelina, the world's smallest horse, stands only 43 centimeters tall and weighs 26 kilos. Born in 2001 with a genetic condition called dwarfism, she may be small, but she has a big heart. Thumbelina works as a therapy horse, spreading joy to children and the elderly alike. Why can flamingos stand on one leg for hours? Flamingos tuck one leg under their bodies to conserve energy and maintain body heat. This position also reduces muscle fatigue. Scientists have even discovered that flamingos can sleep while standing on one leg without losing their balance. Can you imagine standing on one leg for hours? These birds are true masters of balance and relaxation. It's hard to believe, but there are trees that walk in the Amazon. A palm tree known as Socratea exorisa, or the walking palm tree, can move small distances over several years to find better growing conditions. Its roots gradually shift, causing the tree to move toward light, while it's not actual walking. This ability makes the palm unique in the plant kingdom. Did you know giraffes hardly sleep? Giraffes are masters of napping. These majestic creatures need only about 1 hour and 9 minutes of sleep per day, and they divide this time into brief moments of rest. This incredible adaptation shows how resourceful nature can be. Imagine how productive humans could be if we only needed 2 hours of sleep a day. Can you imagine eagles symbolizing philosophical power? Eagles often represent strength, determination, and honor. This majestic bird symbolizes control and authority. Its powerful gaze reflects leadership qualities, inspiring people to view the eagle as a symbol of thought and action. Philosophers have used the eagle to illustrate the power of intellect and decisive leadership. The longest earthquake lasted 10 minutes. In 1960, Chile experienced the longest earthquake ever recorded, lasting an incredible 10 minutes. This seismic event, caused by massive geological forces, triggered tsunamis and reshaped the landscape. It profoundly influenced our understanding of tectonic activity and highlighted the dynamic power of our planet. This event reminds us that Earth's surface is in constant motion. Your skin is home to more microbes than there are humans on Earth. The skin microbiome, an ecosystem of bacteria, fungi, and other microorganisms, contains more life than there are people on the planet. While the thought of billions of microbes living on your skin may seem unsettling, they play a crucial role in protecting your body. These microbes help maintain skin health, fight infections, and balance your body's ecosystem. Next time you cleanse, remember that your skin houses an army of snake protectors. The most venomous snake in the world lives in Australia. The inland taipan, also known as the fierce snake, holds the title of the most venomous creature on the planet. Its venom is potent enough to kill more than 100 people with a single bite. Despite its deadly reputation, the inland taipan is a shy and elusive snake that avoids humans. It inhabits remote parts of Australia, where it hunts small mammals with incredible speed and precision. If you like our videos, don't forget to subscribe, give us a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Thank you for making it this far. See you in the next video.